This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. My name is Tom Alexander, and today on the program, a little bit of a departure for us. We don't normally do this, but we always have you, the audience, in mind. So sometimes we have to reach into the underbelly, if you will, of the industry. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to have this man on. He is a former unscrupulous, in his own words, salesman from the past. His name is Terry Wayne. Terry Wayne, you feel no pain. He's going to join us because now he has left the dark side and he has come over into the light to help consumers like you, RV owners, RV enthusiasts, know what to look for. Terry, welcome to the show. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much there, Bob. I tell you, I love to be referred to as the underbelly of the business. That was classic.
Yeah, well, it's funny because you once, admittedly, were part of a sales group that maybe didn't always play by the rules. It's like, hey, got to get that sale no matter what, by any means necessary. And you saw taking advantage of people, was not the thing to do. Then one day you sort of said, you know what, no more of this. I'm going to change my life. And not only am I going to do that for myself, I'm going to try to help people as well. I'm going to try to help other people. So, first of all, let's dig into the dirt a little bit, because give me an idea.
Let's go. I got my shovel. Let's go.
All right. Well, I've got it. Let me ask you this. I have a certain idea of the kinds of things that went on in that, they were not exactly above board. Tell me some of the things that you yourself have seen and maybe even been a part of that was a way of getting people to sign on the dotted line and knowing full well they weren't getting what they bargained for.
Sure. Well, let's start with this. I started in this business, Lord, we're going back probably about 1979, and it was all uncharted territory at the time. Mm-hmm. I called it real estate. It resembled real estate, but the money was unbelievable. And the folks wanted to be part of that RV community, couldn't wait to spend it. Mm-hmm. Now, I wasn't your typical salesman or sales manager or what have you. I worked the circuits. So this means that the shows you go to and that's set up for 3 or 4 days, these are events that required high pressure. If you didn't get the buck there, you had to, because they would go somewhere else and buy. Mm-hmm. You follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it was a rough life, and I made a lot of money, to be very honest with you. Was it the right way? No. I find a lot more pleasure in today, helping folks and teaching them what not to do.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Can you share maybe one story of something that you've seen that was like, somebody drives off the lot or wherever they're at, and you just know it's like, oh man, these guys are really getting hosed. Can you share something like that?
Oh my God, where do I start on this thing? Well, first of all, there's a different lingo. There's a whole different lingo out there. And the average consumer today, it hasn't changed in 30 years. Mm-hmm. But the average consumer doesn't know that lingo. And things like B-back. What is a B-back? That's somebody that says they're not going to buy today, and you sprinkle B-back powder on them, and they come back, hopefully, and we stay on the B-back bust, and we'll all be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Mm-hmm. Now, the consumer doesn't know what you're talking about, but these are the kind of lingos that gave the business a bad name. And though I laugh today and I joke, I'm very serious on the aspect that you can get a lot further helping people achieve what they want to achieve, instead of bringing harm to them. But back then, we would, first of all, we would at a show, you kind of corral the people because you've got a lot of people coming at you fast. It's kind of like Luke Skywalker, you know, I am your father. They're coming at you. You got to get them in a motor home and shut that door. And I usually paid someone to bake cookies, and get the happy smells going, and then you laid down the pitch. The pitch was a lot like Tom said. Hey, let's face it. Everybody wanted to be part of this new movement called RV. You know, as kids, most of us didn't have the money to go have fun and play and have the toys that we wanted. But now we're middle-aged and we got money and we can go do these things. And I was that guy that was ready to get you to sign on the dotted line no matter what it took. I especially remember the time these people showed up. They were retired, as many folks are, had their life savings, you know. They were here, and I knew it was a one-time shot. They ended up leaving with a $350, which was a lot of money back in those days, $350,000 plus. And they knew less when they left than when they got there. They didn't know they was paying on it 20 years. They didn't know what the interest rate was. They didn't know anything other than they had this bright, shiny RV. And they signed on it for 20 years. That's all they knew. These are the things that customers need to slow down and consumers need to slow down. It's easy to get in that moment. But let's make sense of it all. You know, if it's a good deal today, what is it? A good deal tomorrow. Take that day and think about it. You know, tell me what some of the things you've heard, and I'll tell you if it's true or false. How about that?
I've heard where people think they're getting all kinds of bells and whistles on an RV that they sign for, and then they learn later that after they'd signed the contract, thinking they're going to pay one price, no, you know, you need an upgrade. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this and that, and then they wind up spending a ton more. True?
Mm-hmm. That's true. And guilty as charged. The whole picture an artist painting this beautiful picture. Mm-hmm. Okay, with me?
Yep.
You're painting your family in it. You're painting your cousin-in-laws, your mama. You're painting everybody in it, and you're having a blast. There's only one thing. You got to reach out and make this come true. You know? You got to reach out and sign on that dotted line. Before people buy something, they have to like that person. So a lot of sales is to get that person to like you, to be on common ground. And guess what? You have a dog? Oh, my God, I've got a dog. You got a cat? You'll never believe it, I got a cat. You know? The whole thing is to be on that common ground. And then you begin to earn that trust. And some of you have heard this over and over again. But what that salesperson is doing at that time, he's not only making small talk, he's getting on common ground, he's qualifying you. Give you some ideas of qualifications. You ready for them?
Sure.
Boy, that's a pretty truck you pulled up in here. That is it. Did you get that thing with zero interest? No, thank you. I really like my truck, but heck, they charged me 14% for that thing. Ding, 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 ding. Credit challenge. Right? Boy, that is a pretty ring you bought Mama there. That is it real? Oh, what kind of question is that? Yeah, it's real. Did you buy that on time? Ding, 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 ding. I'm gathering up all these little bits of information. Picture a squirrel gathering up nuts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to use that when I go to close on you, you know?
Right.
Hey, I know you paid 14% on that truck that's normally 0% because I can't give that ugly color away on the car lot, you know?
Yeah.
I've asked you a ton of questions, you know, including few kids, what they paid for, you still owe on them. You told me everything about your credit in just general conversation. This is what the true professional out there, the cunning salesman, I'm not talking about the good salesman, but the cunning salesman, this is what it's all about. To make the most out of gathering all those little nuts and using it and steering you.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. We're talking with Terry Wayne, the I guess the sleazy salesman, former sleazy salesman.
Boy, that really hurt my feelings.
No, we're not out to hurt your feelings because we really appreciate you coming on and now knowing full well that you've come over to the good side. You now wear the white hat, I guess you could say. And we're gonna find out on the other side of the commercial break just what it is you warn people about. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. My name's Tom Alexander. Back in a moment.
You're listening to the RV Advisor Podcast.
RV owners, it's no secret that those manufacturers' warranties just don't cut it. Get the peace of mind you deserve and step up to the RV Advisor Extended RV Warranty Plan. No covered claim is ever denied with low to no deductibles. To learn more, visit thervadvisor.com or call 833-229-0911. That's 833-229-0911.
Terry Wayne, you feel no pain, brother.
Terry Wayne, you feel no pain. We are back on the RV Advisor Podcast, along with Terry Wayne. My name's Tom Alexander, and a little bit, again, of an unusual show for us, a little bit of a departure as we've managed to corral the once sleazy salesman, unscrupulous salesman who is now helping people. And we're really glad that you are helping people. Tell us a little bit about what you alert potential buyers to look for when they go to buy an RV, even sell an RV. I mean, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, the first thing is control. Don't lose that control. Tell people that. Slow down. What did I say earlier? If it's a good deal today, it's going to be a good deal tomorrow.
Right.
Okay? And remember something else. Nobody fell asleep at the pricing wheel. Okay? Nobody's going to make a mistake. They thought about this long and hard. It's easy to get out there and get excited, get in the moment, and want. I seen it, I want it, I got it. I think there's a song about that in it too. But you've got to slow down and make sense of everything. Take one step at a time. And if it's too good to be true, Tom, what is it? It's too good to be true.
Yeah.
Bottom line, You see a lot of folks, they get out. I call them the buckshot family, okay? They get out the car and they scatter all across the parking lot. Oh, they got to go in this one and they got to go in that one. Dealers try to keep you from doing that. They try to corral you because why? They don't want you to see several different things because they think it'll confuse you. So when the family scatters about, now that salesman's job is very difficult. He's got to corral everybody back. Let's focus on one thing and show 1 to 3 units, okay? This is a very different business, Tom, than the car business, but so many people try to act like it's the car business.
Right.
Okay? They try to treat it like that. The old routine, well, I'll have to talk to my manager. I'm going to go see my manager, Billy Bob, there. And I can't do anything. My hands are tied. These are all just stall tactics. First of all, is your salesperson looking you in the eyes? Is he taking time with you? When you ask the question, does it sound like it's a pitch? Or is he telling you the truth? Can you catch him in a lie? It's real simple, You've got to remember, you have your agenda, and they have their agenda. Sometimes their agenda is a lot more evil than ours. But you have to slow that situation down. Don't be ashamed to say, and I hear people say it all the time, excuse me, but I'm new to this. Well, heck yeah, I know you're new at this. You said how many pop-outs did this thing have, and uplifts and catacalls. By the way, you know what a catacall is?
I do not.
You had to call it something. Take your time and ask questions. Ask what's on your mind. And don't rush that process. If that salesman wants to push you along that golden bridge, slow him down because that agenda is getting too fast.
If you could give a person one piece of advice, you let them go onto the lot and you say, okay, but before you do, remember this. What is it?
Don't, when you go to a buffet and all the food looks real good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't overstuff yourself.
Right.
Don't overstuff you, and save room for the dessert. Take your time. Don't overdo it. I see a lot of customers that come in that want to say sell a unit to the dealer. There's something we never talk about. Okay, does the dealers really even want to buy a unit? Of course. I'm not saying all dealers are like this. Of course, please don't think I'm saying that, Bubba. But here's the thing. We all want to get something and make a profit on it. There's nothing wrong with that, Tom, within reason. When you feel that you're being taken advantage of, then there's the problem. If they're trying to buy your $10 toy for $2.50, there's your problem. Tell them the upgrade you did. Tell them what you did. And if you owe, be very honest with them. You want them to be honest with you, be honest with them. That street works both ways. And tell them up front what you got to have and the reason you got to have it.
Last thing, really quickly. Obviously, since you were on the other side of the equation for a lot of years, and now that you're helping people out, you've pretty much seen it all. You've seen every little scenario, I'm sure, every act, every unscrupulous little move and red flag there is to see.
Been to the mountain and got the T-shirt, Tom. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So people can learn from you and people like you. There's it almost reminds me, what it reminds me of actually is like an FBI informant. It's like or somebody that was on the wrong side of the law, let's say, and now they're helping people so that they can avoid, or they're helping the authorities catch somebody because they think like the criminal, right? They know how the criminal thinks. They understand the criminal mind. So,
and you'll laugh, but at many times I do feel like that. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
The payday is if you work really hard, and it's not just in RVs, it's in anything, Tom. If you work really hard to help people achieve what they want to achieve, you will achieve what you set out to achieve, and you don't even realize it. Not pulling a sermon on you, but it's very true. If you are not so preoccupied of pushing your agenda and actually helping the people, because you can add years to your life. You can add peace in your life, getting out there and having fun.
Right.
It's hard to do when you got that $3,000 a month payment that somebody forced down your throat. Mm-hmm. And there is people still out there like good old Terry Wayne used to be. And I say used to. I don't use that lightly. But there is people like that. Take your time, slow down, and really think about, is this person trying to help me or is this person trying to harm me?
That's it. Well, Terry Wayne, we really appreciate you coming on and sharing some interesting stories and how you can help people as well. So, Terry Wayne, we got to have you on again, and then maybe what we can do is even open it up to some callers and they can run something past you. That would be a lot of fun. Yes.
Look forward to it.
Yes, sir. Terry Wayne from, I guess we could say, an undisclosed location. Coming to an undisclosed location near you. It is.
That's next show.
That's the next show. Terry Wayne, we feel no pain. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to the RV Advisor Podcast with Tom Alexander. This podcast is produced in association with Studio Alpha and Alexander Productions in Miami. Visit thervadvisor.com for more.